Okay, welcome back po. And let's proceed with another example. So, medyo marami-rami na itong mga loob niya, mga laman niya, I mean. So, dito, we have again a source voltage of 100 angle 0 degrees volts. And we have resistors, inductors, and a capacitor here. The question or the requirement is that whereas to find the current through the capacitor using Thevenin's theorem. So, here is the only capacitor. Ito yung hinahanap nating current dito. Okay? So, ganun pa rin. Pwede natin gawa ng terminal A and B ito. Para pag tinanggal natin, yun yung ating reference na AB. Ito, we are going to treat this as pwedeng impedance, or impedance, yung mga yan. Ano po? So, proceed tayo. Una muna, the Thevenin equivalent impedance, ano po? So, say TH. Nandito yung ating source kanina. So, tinanggal natin pinatay ng short circuit. And kung i-analyze natin to, ito muna ay parallel, tapos naka-series, tapos yung pinag-isang ito ay nakaparallel naman dito. To obtain the total impedance or Thevenin impedance, equivalent impedance. So, ito muna. So, product over the sum ito kasi parallel. Ito po yon. Plus nung naka-series, 5 angle 0 yan. Ito po. Tapos yun, kabuang to ay nakaparallel dito. Okay? So, pag nakuha mo ito, asuhan mo na, product over the sum naman sila. Ito. Okay? Itong part na to. Kaya, ang resulta, ito pa ay ginawa lang polar ha. 5 plus J5 will be 7.071 angle of 45 degrees. Converted to polar. Ito ang result na ito. So, the product over the sum ulit yung dalawang to. To obtain 3.801 with an angle of 37.875 degrees ohms. So, yan yung ating equivalent impedance. The next to solve is the Thevenin equivalent voltage. So, paano yun? Ito ngayon yung ating terminal AB. Yung part na yan. So, pag sinukatan natin yan, ang masusukat mong voltahe ay yung nakaparallel dito sa nakaseries na 5 plus J5. Kung ano yung voltahe nun. Hindi ito involved sa pinapasukat o inaalam natin ng voltahe. So, to obtain for the voltage sa pair, dapat alam mo yung current na dumadaloy dito para makuha mo yung voltahe. Pero para makuha mo yung current dito, ay you have to solve first the total impedance of this mula rito. Okay? So, to solve for the impedance, mapapansin natin, ito series, tatlong to. Yung resistance series, we just add. So, this becomes 10 ohms plus J5. Kaya ito yun siya, 10 plus J5. Converted to polar, that is 11.18 with the angle 26.565 degrees ohms. Ano po? So, pag pinag-isa mo na to, nakaparallel dito. Tapos, yung pinag-isang yun, nakaseries sa 10 ohms. Ano po? So, ito muna yung parallel. Ito, product over the sum nito at saka nito. Yung J5 is 5 angle 90 yan. Ayan po. Ayan. So, ito yun, nandun sa kabila. Then, plus 10 angle 0 ito kasi resistance lang. So, the result of this will be 11.859 with an angle of 18.435 degrees ohms. Ito yung pinaka-impedance niya. Now, to solve for the current, total current muna, ito yung I. So, by Ohm's law, V over Z, this is V, ito yung Z mo, that is 8.432 angle of negative 18.435 degrees amperes. Ano po? Ito pa lang yun. You are after for I2. So, you have to use current divider here. I2 will be equal to I times neto over the sum of neto plus neto. Okay, so ito yun ha. So again, I, 8.432. Ito yun. Times J5 or 5 angle 90. Ito yun. Over the sum of this. So that is 11.18 angle 26.565 plus 5 angle 90. And the result is 2.981 angle of negative 26.565 degrees amperes. I2 Yun. So for the voltage drop, V equals I times this impedance, yung 5 plus J5. Ano po? Yun lang. Asa na siya? Ito. I2 times 5 plus J5. Converted to polar yung 5 plus J5. Ito siya. This is I2. So the result is 21.079 angle of 71.565 degrees volts. VTH pa lang ito, hindi pa yung pinapahanap sa atin talaga. So after this, you have to draw the equivalent circuit, placing the values for VTH and ZTH and placing back the load ZL. So series na lang siya, simple na lang, ano? Ang pinapahanap ay IL. Before solving that, you have to solve first the total impedance of this. So series lang naman ito. Ito, plus 5 angle negative 90. Yung negative J5 is 5 angle negative 90. Ito. So we have 4.014 angle of 41, negative 41.628 degrees ohms. So may total impedance ka na nito, you can solve for current by Ohm's law, V over C, or VTH over ZT this time. So ito po, VTH is this one, ZTH is this one. You have now the result of 5.251 angle of 113.193 degrees amperes. Okay? So ganyan lang naman si 7-inch. Ano po? Same process sa DC. Ito nga lang, impedances at saka complex ang gamit. Okay. Next is Norton's. So, same pa rin yung konsepto. Kaya nga lang, ay siyempre, impedance din at saka complex ang gamit. States that any combination of AC sources and impedances with output terminal AB can be replaced by a single current source IN in parallel with the impedance Z sub N. IN, also known as the Norton equivalent current source, is a short circuit current measured at AB. Ibig sabihin yung tinanggal yung load, pinalitan ng short. Anong current na dumadaloy doon? Yung ZN ay parehas lang sa ZTH. Walang pinag-iba. So, an illustration, kumukha nito, ganun pa rin yung kanina. If we are going to solve for IN, tatanggalin mo yung load, papalitan ng short, aalamin mo kung anong current na dumadaloy doon. Yung ZN naman, same lang ng ZTH yan. Pag nakuha mo silang dalawa, redraw the circuit, looks like this. IN in parallel with ZN in parallel with the load. Okay? So, using the same example kanina, ibig sabihin, ano ba to? Procedure for solving ZN is the same as ZTH. And we obtain there a value of 30 angle 0 degrees. So, punta na tayo sa IN. So, ito yung IN, tinanggal natin yung load, pinalitan ng short. Ano ang current na value dito? Para malaman yan, ay alamin mo na yung total impedance na ito. Pagkakuha ng impedance, alamin mo yung total current, yun yung dumadaloy dito. Pag meron ka na nun, use current divider to solve for IN. Ganun po ang gagawin. So, total impedance muna. This is parallel, product over the sum nito, plus 40 angle 0 na nakaseries. Ayun sila. We obtain here a value of 79.06, angle of negative 2.18 degrees ohms. Yung Z, total, so ito na, ayun ang nilagay na. Next is I total. So, Ohm's law, V over ZT. This is 120 angle 0. Tinasolve kanina. You have na 1.51 angle of 2.18 degrees amperes. Yan yung dumadaloy pa lang dito. So, current divider tayo. IN will be IT times neto over the sum of the two. Ito yan. IT times the impedance na yon sa kabila over the sum ng dalawa. To obtain 2.4 angle of negative 53.13 degrees amperes. So may IN ka na, may ZN ka rin. Draw the equivalent circuit. Ito na po yan. IN, ZN, and place back the load, ZL. So, to obtain IL, current divider formula na lang po. Kasi ito, current na to, ito yung dumadaloy dito. So, magdi-divide sila dito. IL na will be equal to IN times neto over the sum of these two. Ito na po yan, ha? So, again, IN is 2.54, angle negative 50.13. Then, ZN is sa kabila. Then, the sum na to. To obtain 1.44 angle 0 degrees amperes. Parehas lang, ano yan kanina? Resulta kanina, yung value. So, may IL ka na, makukuha mo yung VL, ano po. So, same lang din yan kanina. Using the Thevenin equivalent circuit. Okay, so that is the Norton. Meron pang isang example yan. Same example as what we used in the Thevenins. So, ganun din. Ang value ng Zn neto ay same lang na ZTH. Ano po? Ang problema na lang natin dito yung IN. So, IN, tatanggalin to papalitan ng short. Dahil short ito, bali wala na to. Okay? Ganito ang mangyayari. So, Zn muna, yan din yung kanina. ZTH. Sa IN na po. So, again, bali wala na ito. No? So, para ma-solve natin yung IN na yan, susolvin mo muna yung total impedance nito. So, again, bali wala na to kasi na-short siya. Ito na lang yan. Parallel plus naka-series. So, this is 5 angle 0, 5 angle 90 ito. Ito yun sila. Ito naman 10 angle 0. To obtain 12.748 angle of 11.31 degrees ohms. So, after that, you solve for I. Yun yung current dito. By Ohm's law, V over C, so 100 angle 0 divided by neto. And that is 7.844 angle of negative 11.31. Yun yun dito. So, para makuha mo yung IN, yun na yung dumadaloy dito kasi dito wala. So, yung dumadaloy dito, yun na rin yung dumadaloy doon. Okay? So, current divider lang. That will be equal to I times ito over the sum of these two. Ito na nga yung I times 5 angle 90 over 5 angle 90 plus 5 angle 0. That is 5.547 angle 33.69 degrees amperes. So, meron ka na yan, draw the equivalent circuit. Ito na po. And trace back the load CL. So, parallel this time. So, parallel ay current divider ang kailangan mo para makuha mo yung IL. That is IN times neto over the sum of these two. This is 5 angle negative 90. Kaya ayan siya. Okay? So, the result is 5.253 angle of 113.193 degrees amperes. Parehas lang din sa kabila kanina. Okay po. Baka may tanong muna pala. Sige, wala naman ako nakita. No? So, let's proceed. This is the last example dyan sa topic na ito. Find the Norton equivalent circuit for this network external to 7 ohms. Ibig sabihin, 7 ohms yung pinaka-load niya. Capacitive reactance. So, we have the capacitor here. So, dapat makakuha tayo ng Zn at saka In. Ano po? Ganun ang gagawin natin. So, yung mga components dito can be treated as impedances. Kunyari ito, impedance na ito, impedance na ito, impedance na ito. Kaya ganyan ang nangyari. So, Z1 is 2 minus J4. Yung Z2 is 1 ohm or 1 angle 0. And then Z3 is J5. Inductor lang naman yan. Okay, so una muna ay ang Norton equivalent impedance Z sub N. So, dahil current source yun, pag tinanggal siya, open ang kapalit. Okay, so ito na sila. Tapos pag inanalyze mo to, ito naka-series, tapos nakaparallel yan dito. Ito yung kahalimbawa niya. So yun, product over the sum ng series na to. Kaya ito yan sila. Ito yung series, ito yung product over the sum. So lalagay lang naman ng mga value na yan. Ano? Andito na siya, Zn, B equal to, ito po, 25 angle of 36.87 over 3 plus J1. In-express lang ito into polar, ito po. And then, we divide. We obtained here 7.91 angle of 18.44 degrees ohms. That is the equivalent impedance. And then for IN naman, so ibabalik natin yung current source, ito po yon. Yung load na tinanggal na papalit ng short, so definitely wala ng current na dadaloy dito. dito na lang. So, ang kalimbawa niyan, parang parallel na lang itong Z1 at Z2 na ang hinahanap natin ay IN. Ano po? So, IN will be I times nito over the sum of the two. Wala lang naman, current divider lang yan. Okay? So, asan na siya? Ito na. Ito yung current divider. So, the result there is 2.68 angle of negative 10.3 degrees amperes. And then, you have to draw the equivalent circuit. Ito na po yan. So, we have now this IN. Ito yung ating ZN. Ano po? In-express yun kanina in polar. Pwede namang, in rectangular. Pwede namang polar. Ito yun siya. Ito yun. 7.5 plus J 2.5. Kaya ito yung makikita niya. And then, binalik lang itong load impedance na to. So, yun lang naman yata ang tanong kanina. Ang Norton equivalent circuit. Okay? Masusundan pa po ba tayo? Okay, so let's proceed with the next. Ano po? The next one. Asan ka na ba? Ito. The superposition theorem. Meron nito sa DC. So, parehas lang din naman sila ng konsepto dito. So, this time we'll be working with AC. So, the procedure, step 1, leave one voltage or current sources in the circuit. So, isa-isa lang. Kung maraming sources yun, we have to let the source act on the circuit one by one. Ano po? Yung mga tinanggal natin, bawa voltage tinanggal, palit natin ng short. Okay? So, and replace or others with external internal resistance impedance. Kung wala naman, di wala. For ideal voltage sources, the internal impedance is 0. Pag current source naman, open. Okay? So, imbis na short, open. Pag voltage source, short ang ipapalit. Pag current, open. Wala lang. Then, find the current in the branch of interest produced by one remaining source. Kung mga ilang source man yan, i-repeat mo lang yan. And then, at the end, you have to add the currents na na-solve ninyo in phasor quantities. Ibig sabihin, you will be using complex numbers, not the magnitudes only. Okay po. So, as an example, ito siya. We have the two sources, VS1 and VS2. The first one is 10 angle 0 degree ohm, and the other one is 8 angle 0 degree. Ay, volt pala, sorry. Voltage is volt. And the other one is 8 angle 0 degrees volts. So, kung isosolve natin yan, ay siyempre, isa-isa natin pagaganahin. Bawa, ito muna, tatanggalin, papalitan ng short. Then, solve for the current, kung ano man ang hinahanap natin. Pangalawa, ito naman tatanggalin, palitan ng short. Ito naman pagaganahin. Ganun lang naman siya. Okay? So, kunyari, we are going to solve for the current at R dito sa gitna. So, una muna, we can let VS1 energize. Itong nanditong VS2, short natin. So, in order to solve for current here, syempre susolvin mo natin yung total impedance niya, then total current, and then magkakaroon divider dito. So, to solve for the impedance, you have to solve the X sub C of capacitor 1 and capacitor 2 as well. And X sub C is 1 over 2 pi FC. So, F is given as 10 kilohertz. And C1 is 0.01 microfarad. So, the result is 1.59 kilo ohms. For the second one, this is 0.022 microfarad. The result is 723 ohms. So, meron ka na yan, ng mga values. Anyway, since we're working with complex, ito must have an angle of negative 90. Kasi capacitance sila. Mukha nito, no? So, pagka inanalyze mo to, parallel mo na ito, plus no naka-series na to obtain the total impedance. So, ito na yung parallel, so product over the sum, tapos yung naka-series. So, the first one is 1.59 angle negative 90 kilo ohms. And then R is, we have 1 kilo ohms, so 1 angle 0 yan kasi resistor lang naman. 723 yung isa angle negative 90, ano po? Over the sum, ano po? So, we have the value of impedance to be 345 minus J of 2.07 kilo ohms. In polar, we have 2.1, angle of negative 80.5 kilo ohms. So, for the current IS1, total muna. Ibig sabihin, ito yung dumadaloy muna dito. So, that is, by Ohm's law, BS1 over Z, so 10 angle 0 over 2.1, angle of negative 80.5, ito yun, kilo. So, kilo to, di milli. May milli sa kabila. 4.76 angle of 80.5 degrees milliamperes. Then, to find the current flowing at R, we'll be using current divider formula. So, current divider, IS1 ito, IS1 times netong kabila. Kasi dito tayo kumukuha. So, yung kabila, IS1 times the impedance of this over the sum of the impedances of the two. Ganun yan. Okay, so ito na siya, no? X sub C2 angle negative 90. Ang value nun ay 723. Then, IS1 is, ito po, 4.76. Then, yung dalawa. Sum ng dalawa. It happens na capacitor kaya minus J of 723. Kapag sinolve yan, we have 2.8 angle of 25.6 degrees milliamperes. Isa pa lang yon. Kasi, this time, yung kabilang source naman ang pagaganahin natin. So, ito naman yung tinanggal, pinalitan short. Ito naman ngayon yung binalik. And the same process din yung ginawa kanina. So, ito muna sa solve ng impedance. Ito ay parallel, tapos naka-series dito. Okay? So, ito yan. Parallel, product over the sum, naka-series sa kanya. So, ganun din po, no? And then, finally, we will be having this value, 717 minus J of 1174 in rectangular or in polar 1376 angle of negative 8.6 degrees ohms. So, pag nakuha mo na yon, you can now solve for the total current. So, yung current naman, papunta naman dito. Mula yan dito sa source, papunta ron. So, IS2 in this case. Ayan po. So, VS2, 8 angle 0 over the impedance na solve natin ito. 1376 angle of negative 58.6 ohms. The result is 5.81 with angle of 58.6 degrees milliamperes. Then, pag nakuha mo na ito, you'll be using current divider para malaman to. To solve for I dito sa R, we have I total or IS2 times netong impedance na to over the sum of the impedance of this parallel. Okay. So, ito na po, no? Ito yung impedance ng kabila and then sum. It happens here na capacitor yun, kaya minus ito. So, IR2 is 4.91 with the angle of 26.4 degrees milliamperes. Okay? So, pag nakuha mo na to, siyempre, i-add natin yun doon sa unang IR na nakuha, IR1, ito. So, ito na ngayon sila. Saan ka na? Ito. So, we have to sum, to take the sum. Of course, in using complex. Ano po? So, ito na sila, plus nito. The result will be 7.71. Angle of 26.1 degrees milliamperes. So, yun, nakuha mo na yung total current or the current existing at the resistor. Ipo. Question? Baka may tanong? Okay, move tayo. This one is the maximum power transfer theorem. Ano po? Kung maalala po ninyo, doon sa DC natin, maa-attain daw ang maximum power transferred from the source to the load if the load resistance is equal to the internal resistance of the source. Yun ang sabi. But dito, in this case, may konting kaibahan. We are now talking of complex conjugate ang involved dito. Meaning, kung ang load natin ay R minus JXL, ang source natin ay dapat R plus JX. Yung ang load natin ay R plus JXL, ang source natin must be R minus JXC. Ibig sabihin, yung J component nila ay conjugate, magkaiba. Kung positive ang isa, negative ang isa. Kung negative ang isa, positive ang isa. para ma-attain yung maximum power transfer. Kasi ito plus, ito minus, ito plus, ito minus, mag-subtract lang yan, masisiro. So, ang matitira pa rin yung value ng R. Nakaparehas na sa DC. Nasabi natin, ang resistance ng source at load ay equal. Yan po ang maging resulta. Okay po. So, dito kamukha nito. Wait lang, excuse lang dali. Okay, welcome back. Sorry. So, this is an example, sabi niya. A circuit to the left of terminals AB, 13 siya, provides power to the load ZL. This can be viewed as simulating a power amplifier delivering power to a complex load. It is the Thevenin equivalent of a more complex circuit. Now calculate and plot the graph of the power delivered to the load for each of the following frequencies. The first one is 10 kilohertz, the other one is 30, the other one is 50, the other one is 80, and the other one is 100. Take note that the value of XL and XC depends also in the frequency. Pag nagbago yung frequency, nagbabago rin ang mga value nila. Okay? So as shown here, we have the source voltage of 10 volts with 10 kilohertz. Also, the internal resistance is 10 ohms and the capacitance from the source is 0.01 microfarad. At the load side, we have 10 ohms also with inductance of 1 millihenry. Okay? So yun sila. So parehas na R, parehas na R. Dito na lang magkakatalo sa XL and XC. Makukuha yung maximum power pag XC is equal to XL also. Ganun po ang system. But anyway, we'll be solving as needed here. Solve natin yung power at 10 kilohertz, 30, 50, 80, and 100 also. So, ito sila. At 10 kilohertz muna. Okay. So, individually, we'll be solving for XL and XC. XC is 1 over 2 pi FC. So, papasok lang naman natin yung mga value na yan. We'll be having 1.59 kilohertz. Kilo ohms, I mean. XL is 2 pi FL. We'll be having 62.8 ohms. So, definitely, kitang-kita malayo. Kilo at saka ito ohms lang. Hindi sila pantay. Definitely, it will not obtain maximum power transfer. But anyway, we'll be solving for the total impedance. So, kung mapapansin nyo yan, series lahat ito. R and R will be added. Ito, negative J XC plus JXL. So, ito na sila. So that, for the impedance, we'll be having, this is simply the magnitude, the square root of R total square yan. So, RS plus RL squared. And then, J total din yan, XL minus XC squared. We have now 20, kasi 10 plus 10 yun nakaseries, so 20. And then ito, difference of the two, 1.59 at saka 62.8 kilo kasi itong isa, so 1,000 yan. Ang natira, 1.53 kilo ohms. Okay? So, we have now 1.53 kilo ohms. The current is Vs over Z total, 10 over 1.3 kilo ohms, 6.54 milliamperes. From power formula, I squared RL. Ano po? So, I is 6.54 milli yan, ha? So, times 10 to the negative 3 dito. Then, times 10 will be 428 microwatt. Maliit. Yun lang ang na-deliver niyang power. At next, 30 yata yun, 30 kilohertz. So, of course, XC and XL will vary, So, magbabago na siya. Ito na siya. 531 na isa. 189 ang isa. May malayo pa rin. Hindi pa sila parehas. The magnitude of the impedance is the square root of 20 squared plus 342 squared. Difference lang itong 342 nito. Obtain 343 ohms. So may impedance ka na. Current, V over C again. So 10 yun kanina. Hindi man nagbabago yan. Over 343. we have 29.2 microampere. Kanina ay milliampere. Kanina po micro, so medyo tumaas na ngayon, milli na. And if we're going to solve for P, I squared R again, 29.2 milli, square of that times 10 will be 853 milliwatt. Kanina microwatt yun ito. So milliwatt ngayon, medyo tumaas. At 50 Hertz, we will be solving again the value of XL and XC. Now, we found out here that XC will be 318 and XL will be 314. Malapit na sila, pero hindi pa rin equal. Ibig sabihin, hindi mo pa makukuha yung maximum power transfer. Ano po? Dapat equal talaga sila. So anyway, solving for the magnitude of the impedance, we have the square root of 20 squared plus 4 ohms. 4 is the difference of this. 318 minus 314. And that is 20.4 ohms. Ano po? Now, solving for current again, 10 over 20.4, we have 490 milliamps. From 8.53, now it goes to 490. And solve for power again. So, I squared RL. That is 490 milliampere square of that times 10 will be 2.4 watt na. From 8.53 milliwatt now, it goes to 2.4 watt. Pero hindi pa yun ang maximum kasi hindi pa sila nag-equal. Ano? So siguro, kung 50 ito, it must be 50 something o mga 51 o mga ganun. Basta malapit pero mataas na konti siguro. Okay? So to determine for that, para malaman natin yan, ito yan siya, ano, how to find at which XL is equal to XC. These are the values given kanina. 1 milliamp, 1 millihenry yun. At saka 0.01 microfarad. Yun yung mga value kanina. So to obtain, we have to equate XL at XC, meaning we're going to find the frequency. So from formulas, XL is 2 pi FL, XC is 1 over 2 pi FC. Pwede mong ilagay ang value ni L at C. Ang maiiwan na lang dyan ay F na variable constant naman kasi ang 2 pi. Ano po? So ito na sila, no? We're going to place the values. And then, to eliminate F at the denominator, we have to multiply both sides by F. So, ito nito, 1. Ito nito, squared. Kaya F squared. Tapos yung 2 pi, pwede nating ibaba. 2 pi and 2 pi will be 4 pi squared. Ito, ibaba pa rin natin. And solve for F. And finally, we have this value. F equals 50.32 kilohertz. Although wala na ito sa mga hinihingi kanina. Ang hinihingi lang kasi doon mga power output at given frequencies, and also you have to plot those values. Ito, inalam lang natin kung saan talaga siya magkakaroon ng maximum power transfer. So that is at 50.32 kilohertz. Mataas lang konti dito sa 50. Okay? So next to solve is the value of power at 80 yata yun. Oo, 80 kilohertz ito. So still, we'll be solving for value of XL and XC. Ano po? This time we have XC, 199, then 503 sa XL. Mapapansin ninyo, mula dito kanina, 318, ito 314. Tapos, bumaba na siya, 199, tumaas na siya, 503. So, ganun na ang trending niyan. Ito pababa na, ito pataas na rin. So, hindi na sila maglalapit habang tumataas na itong value ng frequency. Okay? So, the total impedance at 80 kilohertz is 305 ohms. Ano po? And solving for current, 10 over 205 will be 32.8 milliamperes. And finally, for power, I squared RL pa rin. We have 32.8 square of that times 10 will be 10 milliwatt na naman. So, napansin natin, from watt kanina na value, naging milli na naman. So, paliit na siya ulit. Okay? So, papaliit na ng paliit na yan hanggang mataas na yung frequency niya. Lastly, at 100 kilohertz, XC now is 159. Bumaba na ulit. Ito naman XL, tumaas na rin ulit. So, pataas na ang trending yan. The impedance here at 100 kilohertz is 469 ohms. And the current, 10 over 469 is 23 milliampere. Lumiit na naman. From 32, so papalit na yan. Kaya yung power ay papalit na rin yan. I squared RL again. We have 21.3 milli. Square of that times 10 will be 4.54 milliwatts. So, lumiit na lalo. Ano? Papunta naman yan sa microwatt habang tumataas to. frequency na to. So if we plot the points, that is frequency versus power output. Mapapansin niyo at first, mababa pa ito, 0. Ilan ba to? Siguro mga 10 yata ito. 10 kilohertz, mababa. 20, mababa. 30, mababa. 40, medyo taas ng konti. 50, tumaas siya. Pero sabihin natin, ang peak dyan ay nasa 50.32 yata yun. Nandito siya banda. Tapos paglagpas niya, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Pababa na ulit. Okay? Ganyan ang kanyang graph. So I hope nasundan po yung ating maximum power transfer for AC. Ma-attain niya yung maximum power pagka ang J component nilang dalawa, source at load ay tawag dito, complex conjugate. Ibig sabihin, kung plus ang isa, minus ang isa, kung minus ang isa, plus ang isa, basta parehas ang value. Resistances must also be equal for the source and the load. So, yan po ang requirement. Okay? I have 2 minutes again, so stop ko na ulit ito. And I'll be sharing a new link.